Football has always been about clashes. Not just teams, not just tactics, but individuals. And there may not be a purer football clash in this one. Zinedine Zidane, the most elegant midfielder the game has ever seen. A player who could slow time with a single touch, versus Paolo Maldini, the ultimate defender, the benchmark, a man who made the very best of attackers feel uncomfortable for 90 minutes. One played football like art, the other played it like science. They didn't just exist in the same era, they collided. Champions League semi-finals, international tournaments. So today, we're settling it. Background, stats, every major clash, and finally, when Zidane met Maldini, who actually came out on top. Zidane, the artist. Born in Marseille to Algerian parents, Zidane grew up playing cage football, tight spaces, concrete floors, constant pressure. That environment forged his name. By the mid-90s, he was thriving in Seria A, the most unforgiving league in world football. No space, no mercy, elite defenders everywhere. Yet Zidane didn't just survive, he controlled matches. World Cup 1998, Euro 2000, Champions League 2002, Ballon d'Or 1998. Zidane decided tempo. When games were slowed, when they suffocated, in the biggest moments, he demanded the ball. Maldini, the wall. Paolo Maldini didn't just chase greatness, he embodied it. One club, AC Milan, 25 seasons. Debut in 1980s, retired in 2009, still elite. 5 times Champions League winner, 7 times Seria A titles. He quoted, "If I have to make a tackle, I've already made a mistake." Maldini defended with anticipation, with intelligence. Great attackers weren't tackled, they were denied space. The first great duel, 1998 World Cup quarter-final, France versus Italy. Now this was prime Zidane, not promise, authority. Zidane dictated tempo, Maldini reacted perfectly, but reactively. Zidane slowed the game. Zidane searched for space between the lines. Maldini erased space without touching him. No crunching tackles, no desperation. Just Maldini stepping 1 meter earlier than Zidane expected. Italy sank. Zidane accelerated. Italy scrambled. The match ended 0-0, an epic standoff. Penalties followed. France won, Italy fell. This was Maldini's last World Cup. Zidane walked towards destiny. Juventus versus AC Milan, November 21st, 1999, in Turin. Elegance meets experience. Juventus, coached by Carlo Ancelotti, entered the match as title contenders. AC Milan arrived with one of the most experienced defensive units in Europe, led by Paolo Maldini. AC Milan took an early lead via an own goal, credited to Zinedine Zidane. Juventus responded quickly through Antonio Conte. Before half-time, Filippo Inzaghi put Juventus ahead. Zidane dictated tempo and controlled midfield. Maldini organised Milan's defence, cutting passing lanes and neutralising danger. A tactical chess match rather than a physical battle. Juventus grew in control. Darko Kovacevic scored to make it 3-1. Juventus won 3-1. Zidane influenced the game creatively. Maldini remained defensively elite. The match belonged to Juventus, but the duel showcased two legends at their peak. International chess. France versus Italy. Euro 2000 final. 2-1 golden goal. While not a direct one-on-one duel of tackles and dribbles between Zidane and Maldini, this clash was theatre in every sense. At the heart of Italy's resistance stood Maldini, calm, commanding, organising every movement. Zidane was everywhere, dropping deep, dragging defenders, controlling rhythm. France didn't break Italy with brilliance, they wore them down. Fans remember Maldini marshalling Italy's back line. Every French break met with patience and positional precision. Meanwhile, Zidane radiated influence in every attack, his passes carving spaces that seemed to materialize out of thin air. Italy took the lead through a stunning goal from Marco Del Vecchio, leaving France stunned. The stadium pulsed with tension, but Zidane and France responded with unrelenting attack, reaching deep, finding energy on the edge of exhaustion. France struck with a golden goal, ending the match in dramatic fashion. Zidane's performance was one of creation under pressure, demanding respect and rewriting momentum when it mattered most. Maldini's Italy fought bravely, disciplined to that last whistle, but the artistry of Zidane lifted his nation. Real Madrid versus AC Milan, Champions League, group stage and knockouts, 2002. In the clash of Galacticos and defensive maestros, Real Madrid hosted Milan at the Bernabeu. Now Zidane wore white. At the Bernabeu he drifted left, combining with Roberto Carlos. The technique, flawless. The feints, the turns. But Maldini never followed blindly. Madrid struck first, Raul lifting the crowd with a volley. Perfect opener. Followed by another blow. Yet Milan refused to fold. The night belonged to defensive artistry. Space was locked, duels were fierce, and neither side would yield. Maldini's leadership stabilized shape, guiding the defense through Real's blistering attacks. Despite their resolve, Real's attack struck again. Zidane's precise assist, turning the tide and helping secure a 3-1 victory. Zidane was graceful. His touch was flickering with intent. Instant reading of situations that few could mirror. In subsequent ties, Milan would again show tactical mastery, limiting Madrid's most dangerous outlets. Maldini's presence repeatedly nullifying offensive threats, turning the duel into psychological warfare as much as physical. Styles clash. Zidane, improvisation. Rhythm, control. Time manipulation. Maldini, anticipation. Spatial control. Space denial. This was not fire versus fire. This was ice versus gravity. Star breakdown. Technical ability, Zidane, 5 stars. Maldini, 4 stars. Football IQ, Zidane, 5 stars. Maldini, 5 stars. Big game impact, Zidane, 5 stars. Maldini, 4.5 stars. Defensive influence, Zidane, 3 stars. Maldini, 5 stars. Consistency and longevity, Zidane, 4 stars. Maldini, 5 stars. Final verdict. Zidane was the dream. Maldini was the reality. Zidane created magic. Maldini controlled greatness. And that is why this debate never dies. Zidane as the architect of rhythm. He composes football like a symphony, often operating between defensive cracks of world-class formations. Maldini as the guardian of sanctity, unflappable, methodical, and every bit the defensive philosopher that doesn't just stop attackers, he disarms their confidence. These matches weren't just contests, they were collisions of identity. Each event a pulse in football's heartbeat. One gave you moments, the other gave you control. If you're building a team to win one final, you pick Zidane. If you're building a team to win for 20 years, Maldini. They didn't cancel each other out, they completed football. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.